I'm Mauro Guillén, and I'm a professor at the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. I'm also the director of the Joseph H. Lauder Institute of Management and International Studies. Let me tell you a little bit about the class that I teach on the international political economy of business environments. This is a class for about 70 MBA students who come from all over the world. So we cover issues such as how macroeconomic policies affect businesses. We also discuss what's going on in the industries of the 21st century, such as green energy or private equity. And of course, we spend a great deal of time trying to understand how different institutions around the world in different countries affect innovation, technology development, and also corporate governance. So for instance, we dedicate 1 week of class to the topic of corporate governance. And as you know, there are very important cross-national differences in terms of the laws and the regulations of corporate governance. There's also major differences in terms of the power of the different stakeholders in the corporation, such as capital shareholders, or labor, or financial institutions, such as banks. So this is a weekend class during which we examine in great detail the role and the purpose of the corporation in society. Let me give you a more specific example. We discuss, for instance, acquisitions, corporate acquisitions, and how the power and the influence of stakeholders affects both the likelihood that there will be mergers and acquisitions, and also the nature of the post-acquisition dynamics. Do we see a lot of layoffs? Do we see a lot of reorganization of assets in the wake of an acquisition? And we try to understand whether in Brazil or in Germany or in Japan or in the US, these post-acquisition dynamics are actually different, and exactly in what ways. I strongly believe that a global manager cannot be effective at his or her job without understanding the very different nature of corporate governance in different parts of the world. So what's unique about this class on the international political economy of business environments? Well, first of all, the content. It is eminently global. I expose the students to the setting, the institutional setting, in many different countries around the world. It's also unique because I ask the students to write an article that then we get published through Knowledge at Wharton, the online business journal of the Wharton School, an article about a topic that has to do with the role of the corporation in a particular country in the world. The students then go during their summer immersion and they do, among other things, the research for that article. And they come back to campus in the fall, and they submit the article to me. We go through several rounds of revisions, and in that way, they learn more in depth about the inner workings of corporate governance in different parts of the world. The other unique aspect about this class is that I also bring in guest speakers who come to campus not to talk to the students about their companies or about their achievements, but rather about how does it feel to be a global manager in a particular kind of activity, like consulting or investment banking or marketing or the legal function at a major multinational firm. So in sum, the international political economy of business environments is a class that is all about exposing the students to how different the institutional conditions for doing business are in different parts of the world. As a result, how different the role of the corporation is in different parts of the world.